Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the girl groups that defined the 1990s.
Say my name, say my name, say my name is around you. Baby, I love you.
Number 10. All Saints. Never ever have we seen a girl group like this. All Saints brought something different to the table.
Never ever had I had to find. I've had to dig away to find my own peace of mind.
Instead of focusing on their individual images, they spent more time fine-tuning the music. Their self-titled debut studio album included the breakout hit Never Ever, along with covers of the Red Hot Chili Peppers' Under the Bridge and LaBelle's Lady Marmalade. That's saying nothing of unforgettable tunes like I Know Where It's At. If you were around in 1997, you probably knew All Saints pretty well. It's no small thing to come in the latter half of a decade and have a lasting impact on the time period. But they made it look effortless, continuing to grow and define their sound into the new millennium. Number 9. Black. You've been touched by an angel, girl. 3 of them to be exact.
You've been touched by an angel, girl.
That's right. A trio of the Clovers from Bring It On were also an R&B group in the late 90s. Signed by TLC's Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Black officially debuted in 1999.
Circles like a figure eight. You know it feels good from head to toe.
Their name stood for believing in life and achieving a quest for unity in everything, and their music was similarly ambitious. Late group member Natina Reed worked on many of Black's songs, including debut single 808 and the subsequent I Do, which featured Left Eye.
I do. Give him the love that he wants. I do. Give him the love that he needs.
However, the group's biggest song was Bring It All to Me. The track includes guest vocals from NSYNC's JC Chasez. It may have come out in 1999, but it undeniably embodied the decade.
Bring it all to me. Bring it on, bring it on. But I don't need no fancy cars or diamond rings.
Number 8. The Chicks. Before a barrage of political backlash told them to shut up and sing, the Chicks were the first ladies of 90s country music. They began their best-known lineup in 1995 with the arrival of lead singer Natalie Maines.
Ready to run. All I'm ready to do is have some fun.
The trio balanced ballads with fiddle-led foot tappers and proved that the decade's girl power wasn't just reserved for pop and R&B. The Chicks' songs always told a story. On Wide Open Spaces, they sang about a young woman leaving home with infinite possibilities ahead.
She needs wide open spaces.
Ready to Run saw the group as runaway brides, while Cowboy Take Me Away is about a pastoral romance. As we saw in the 2000s, it'd be a cold day in July before they stopped using their voices. Thank goodness.
Cowboy, take me away. Fly this girl as high as you can.
Number 7. Salt-n-pepa. After breaking barriers for women in hip-hop in the 1980s, this flavorful group continued to push it in the 90s. Made up of rappers Salt, Peppa, and secret weapon DJ Spinderella, Salt-n-pepa weren't afraid to get down to business and discuss taboo issues of the time.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Sing it. Let's talk about you and sing it. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things.
On Let's Talk About Sex, which was released amid the AIDS epidemic, they confronted the title topic and how it doesn't always equate to love. They returned to the subject on Shoop, where they turned the tables on their male hip-hop peers by objectifying the men for once. You make me wanna Then on What a Man, Salt-n-pepa added some more seasonings to the mix with vocal girl group and Vogue, updating the 60s original with some much-needed 90s girl power.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. What a mighty, mighty good man.
Number 6. Escape. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Here are the origins of a Georgia peach.
The lies! There you go, this bitch. I'm
lies.
telling you.
Long before Candy Burris was calling out the lies, the lies, the lies as a Bravo celebrity, she made her mark as a member of producer Jermaine Dupri's R&B group Escape. The group's breakout hit Just Kickin' It isn't exactly a feminist anthem, but it's still really catchy. Its follow-up, Understanding, fares better in that department, with the group communicating their needs in a relationship with conviction. Burris and fellow member Tamika Tiny Cottle were two of the co-writers for TLC's No Scrubs. Number 5. SWV. Unlike the title of their biggest hit, this group possesses some powerful pipes. SWV released their first studio album, It's About Time, in 1992. It was bolstered by several hit singles, like I'm So Into You and Right Here. Of course, one of these was weak. The R&B slow jam hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and ensured we'd never forget SWV. They released 3 more studio albums in the mid-90s, continuing to impress. Though they went on hiatus in 1998, the body of work they produced during the decade cemented their influence on it. Fortunately, the sisters with voices reunited in the aughts and continued to knock us right off our feet. Number 4. Vogue. These funky divas will never go out of style. At the turn of the 90s, Vogue busted onto the scene with the New Jack Swing style Hold On. They followed it up with their blockbuster sophomore album Funky Divas. Filled with hits and tons of personality, the group delivered hard rock-flavored social commentary on Free Your Mind and dropped perhaps their catchiest offering with My Lovin', You're Never Gonna Get It.
No, you're never gonna get it. Not this time. You're never gonna get it. My lovin'. No, you're never gonna get it.
Then, a few years later in 1996, they released their magnum opus, Don't Let Go Love. The power ballad contains an epic piano riff, with magnetic guitars underlying mature vocals. Despite undergoing lineup changes, such as the departures of original members Dawn Robinson and Maxine Jones, Vogue is still going strong today. Number 3. Destiny's Child. Destiny's Child's lineup would undergo changes, but the inaugural 4-piece group consisted of Beyonce Knowles, Kelly Rowland, LaToya Luckett, and Latavia Roberson. By the aughts, they had already become a trio, with Luckett and Roberson out and Michelle Williams in. In the 1990s, Destiny's Child was a true force of nature. If you ask anyone to name their favorite girl group songs from that period, chances are you'll hear at least one of their titles. No, 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 Say My Name, Jumpin' Jumpin', take your pick. We also could not forget the likes of Bills, Bills, Bills. Their influence on the musical landscape at the time was undeniable, as they worked with top-notch producers like Missy Elliott, blowing listeners away with mesmerizing hits. Number 2. TLC. Here's a group whose talents bring the house down. TLC members Tion T-Boz Watkins, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and Rosanda Chili Thomas first burst onto the scene in the early 90s. The audacious trio combined elements of New Jack Swing and hip-hop soul, notably spitting assertive bars about female sexuality on their debut single Ain't Too Proud to Beg. TLC went for world domination with album number 2, Crazy Sexy Cool, which included 4 hit singles: Creep, Red Light Special, Diggin' on You, and the bittersweet Topical Waterfalls.
Go chasing waterfalls.
They kept the commentary going on 1999's fan mail. Unpretty deals with unrealistic beauty standards, while No Scrubs calls out guys who think they're fly from the passenger side. Thus, TLC embodied and shaped the 90s, and their influence remains.
Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me, hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Bewitched. The Irish girl group huffed, puffed, and blew us away.
Say you'll do what I don't, say you'll do, say to me what I say I
702. The Las Vegas ladies were co-signed by Missy Elliott. 3LW. The group, some of whom would go on to form the Cheetah Girls, flipped the script. Wilson Phillips. They held on to the charts. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Spice Girls. Rather than adhering to a singular image, this quintessential 90s girl group offered a whole array for us to choose from. Whether you're a fan of ginger, sporty, scary, baby, or posh, the Spice Girls had something for everyone.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends, make it last forever.
The proof is in the 23 million sales of their debut Spice album, which made it the best-selling by a girl group ever. While they're best known for upbeat bops like Wannabe and Say You'll Be There, the Spice Girls were equally adept at building a sentimental atmosphere, as seen on To Become One and Viva Forever.
I need some love like I never needed love before. Wanna make love to ya, baby.
Their pop culture reign extended beyond music, as evidenced by all the merch and the release of the camp classic Spice World. They will always be the 1990s personified. Which 90s girl group defines the decade in your mind? Let us know in the comments. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.